The 1996 Everest disaster. On May 10th to 11th, 1996, a storm slammed into the highest mountain on Earth, Mount Everest, 8,848 meters above sea level. That night and the following morning, 8 people died. What failed? The weather, the system, or the people? And why did experienced guides keep leading clients upward when it was already time to turn back? By the mid-1990s, commercial ascents had become widespread. In the spring of 1996, on the South Route, Rob Hall's Adventure Consultants, New Zealand, 35, and Scott Fisher's Mountain Madness, USA, 40, were operating at the same time. Hall's team included guides Mike Groom, 37, and Andy Harris. Among the clients were journalists John Krakauer, Beck Weathers, and Yasuko Namba, 47, who at the time became the oldest woman to summit Everest. Fisher's guiding team included Anatoly Bukriev, 38, and Neil Beidelman, 36. Among the clients were Lena Gammelgard, Charlotte Fox, Tim Madsen, and Sandy Hill Pittman. The summit push began after midnight on May 10th from Camp 4. At the balcony, they discovered the fixed ropes hadn't been set. Nearly an hour lost. At the Hillary step, another delay. Ropes were being fixed on the spot, and a jam formed on a single line. About 33 people were on the route that day. Some of Rob Hall's clients turned back, worried about running out of oxygen. But many continued upward, even though the 2 p.m. turnaround rule was already looming. High-altitude physiology. Above 8,000 meters lies the death zone. Oxygen pressure is insufficient for sustained survival. On the summit, you have only about 1/3 of the available oxygen at sea level. So every step becomes a feat, and simply being at that altitude, even at rest, leaves you short of breath. It's no surprise that climbers commonly use supplemental oxygen on the ascent. Anatoly Bukriev, climbing without supplemental oxygen, was the first to reach the summit at 1:07 p.m. By 2 p.m., some climbers were still on the route. After 2:30 p.m., Rob Hall, John Krakauer, Andy Harris, Yasuko Namba, and Mountain Madness clients Martin Adams and Cleve Schoening reached the top, followed by others. At 3 p.m., it began to snow. Scott Fisher didn't reach the summit until 3:45 p.m., visibly exhausted and showing signs of altitude illness. By 5 p.m., Anatoly Bukriev was already back at Camp 4. Rob Hall remained on the summit with the exhausted Doug Hansen, with temperatures by then already below -40 degrees Celsius. He sent Sherpas down to help the others and ordered oxygen to be stashed along the route. Night, wind, hypoxia. Soon Doug Hansen fell to his death. Over the radio, Rob Hall managed to relay his final words to his wife from just below the south summit. That is where he would die. On the South Col Plateau and higher, groups that had lost the trail drifted in the snowy haze. Among the survivors was Beck Weathers. Twice presumed dead, he spent the night in the cold, rose in the morning, and made his way back to camp on his own. The price was amputations, but it remains one of the most remarkable survivals in mountaineering. Scott Fisher never managed to descend. He was found frozen on the south side, near the balcony, roughly 350 meters below the south summit. That night, Yasuko Namba and several other climbers were not far from Beck Weathers, who was freezing at the time, in severe cold and without supplemental oxygen. Nightfall caught them roughly half a kilometer from Camp 4. Exhausted and unsure where to go, they stopped near the Kangshung face. Later, Yasuko Namba would be found there, frozen. During the night and morning of May 11th, Anatoly Bukriev made several forays from Camp 4 into the blizzard and led freezing climbers back to camp, including Charlotte Fox, Tim Madsen, and Sandy Hill Pittman. For these actions, he would receive the American Alpine Club's David A. Sowles Award, the club's highest honor for mountaineering valor. Factors behind the disaster. Late summit times. Many exceeded the 2 p.m. turnaround deadline. Bottlenecks at the Hillary step and the balcony due to ropes not fixed in advance and the large number of climbers. Oxygen. Delays, overconsumption. Some supplies had to be hauled uphill to meet stranded climbers. Weather. Deterioration starting around 3 p.m., turning into a full blizzard by evening. Outcome. The toll of that 24-hour period: 8 deaths on the south route, 3 more on the north side. 12 fatalities for the entire season. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. See you soon. Subscribe, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. It means a lot to us.